For December, our tip for improved communication has to do with understanding that communication happens at the intersection of two minds. And so if you've been in class with me, you've seen me illustrate this before. I want to share with you the communication theory, like the basics for understanding how communication works, to help you think through when you are sending messages, what is it that we are actually trying to accomplish? So here's the basic communication theory. When we think about communication, we think about the intersection of two human minds. So we have two people. One we call the sender. Okay, that's the person who's creating the message. And the other we call the receiver. That's the person who's getting the message. And essentially, the sender sends something, the receiver gets it, and this is where communication happens. So communication is happening at the intersection of two human minds. When someone says something and someone else hears it. When someone writes a message and someone else reads it. And when we have this mutual understanding of what we mean, that is effective communication. And because effective communication relies on two or more people, by definition, communication happens between people. It is a way of building relationships between people, of building trust between people, of making sure that people can do important, valuable, difficult tasks. So our ability to communicate is essentially the thing that allows us to get work done. We do want to keep in mind that because it's happening in this intersection between these two human minds, there are a lot of things that are disrupting our ability to communicate effectively. Simply put, there's no way for you to ever understand 100% of what I'm thinking. The best that we can go for, because my experience has to be translated through language in order to be communicated to another person. So the best we can aim for is maybe like 98%. That would be amazing if you could understand 98% of what's in my head. But usually what we're trying to do is closer to like 90%. If you can just get the main idea and be able to act on it, that's amazing. So the focus of communication is to be able to say something in a way that allows the other person to understand what you mean and be able to act on it. And when we shift our focus from thinking about here's what I want to say to here's what I want you to hear or understand or be able to do, that's where we start to have audience-focused communication. And audience-focused communication allows us to think about the receiver's experience more than what we as the sender are trying to accomplish. And when we can strategize and use communication effectively, when we can use the words and the sentence structure and the convey the ideas and the meaning that will make sense to this person, that's where we hit that 90% effective communication, where you can truly understand what I mean, because I'm not just saying what's in my head, I'm shaping what's in my head so that you can receive it. All right. So as we end the year, continue to think about how you are not just saying whatever you've got in your head, but how are you shaping what you are trying to convey so that the other person can actually hear you. Hope this is helpful. See you in the new year.